Then there was light! Finally, I have light again. Good lighting. Hopefully I'm not blurry like I was last week. So guys, let's talk Dancing with the Stars. Week 2. It was pretty crazy. Like, they had to memorize, it's their second week, and they had to memorize 2 dances, which surprisingly a lot of people did pretty good. So, enough chit chat, let's jump right into it. So, we had our very first 2 couples eliminated this week. You guys can tell me how you feel about that. I feel a particular way about that, so we'll get to that later. I'm just gonna kind of go through Latin night and ballroom. I guess if I have any side commentary, I'll just kind of throw that in there. Anyways, we don't need a format. It's just gonna go with the flow. We're just gonna go with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. Here, let's jump into the first couple, which is Nikki, Bella, and Artem. I wonder how many of you guys are playing the Fantasy League, because I think it's kind of cool. I think it's really cool that they're doing the Fantasy League this year, and you could pick. Anyways, Nikki Bella was one of my 3 picks. Her first night's performance in Ballroom, I thought was so magnificent. I thought it was so gracious. I was not expecting that from her. I was really disappointed with their score, that they didn't score better. And again, both nights they performed like in the beginning half of the show. So I think that kind of affects their score. Or for some reason, the judges are just not really feeling Nikki for some reason. I'm kind of getting that feeling. How many of you guys are getting that feeling too? I'm definitely feeling like they feel a certain type of way towards her, which is not really cool. But second night, she had a total of 18 from the judges, which I thought was fair because I thought this performance was meh. The timing was completely off. She's talking a lot about feeling uncomfortable with Artem, and it's really starting to show. I don't know if Nikki will be able to overcome those nerves. I hope she does, because she's definitely a gorgeous girl with so much potential. But let's jump into the next couple, Victoria and Val. First night, woo, she totally killed it. I think homegirl killed it. I was not expecting that from her. She did really good with that tango with Taylor Swift. I was really impressed with that. Her Latin night dance, this was not her fault at all. I was thinking, what the heck? Like, it was a beautiful dance. It was great. But the dance did not fit with the theme of Latin night. That's more Val's fault than that is her fault. I'm not quite sure why that happened. The judges definitely felt the same way, that there was no rumba in that. There was like probably a step of rumba in that, but it would have been great for contemporary night, not necessarily for Latin night. And nobody was showing skin. It's Latin night. It's supposed to be sexy. Like, I did not see skin. Why was Val not shirtless? Val loves to be shirtless. I don't know. Maybe they were confused. I don't know what was going on with that. But she got a total score of 20 for Latin night from the judges. So, oh yeah, and it was her birthday. It was really sweet. Taylor Swift sent her flowers and they gave her a cake. But I just felt like she wasn't really happy that night. You know, that's kind of tough. I'm not sure what's happening, but I will tell you this. Don't count homegirl out, because one thing, Val, I witnessed this in the season with Val and Lori where I started to feel that way, and he responds really quick. So expect them to kill it next week. For sure. I really feel like he'll step it up and maybe to throw us off our game a little. I don't know. But definitely expect them to crush it next week. He's not going to sit back and just let that one slide. Next up was Derek Fisher and Sharna. Not sure how I feel about this pairing. Really not. I was all for it. I'm really rooting for him. I hope he does well. The first night they did a paso doble. No, the first night they did not quite sure. It was like, I think it was a quick step that they did the first night. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it was a really cute dance the first night. I liked it. His mom was there. It was cute. The judges said he needed to use his top upper half and just fill the ballroom. Well, let me tell you, second night, he took those commentary and those criticism, and I felt like he implemented it, and yet they were still kind of picking on him, and didn't think that was cool. Because I was like, wow, wow, wow. Like, every step he took from the beginning to the end, I had goosebumps. That dance was amazing. I do get what kind of Bruno was saying with, it can be too much, I guess, for that dance if you don't control the intensity. But overall, I didn't really agree with the judges, and I would have said that that performance to me was a wow. He got a total of 19 from the judges. But the next dance was Sasha and Gleb. You know, after watching her package, I felt kind of different about Sasha. I wasn't really I don't know Sasha. I wasn't really too much of a Sasha fan, but she really won me over with that package. I really, you know, to put on 70 pounds, and people are just so critical and always about body shaming women. Like, I don't get it. And to be, she's really young to have to go through that. That's really tough. And people think, you know, as a personal trainer, I see it all the time where people come in and, you know, they have health conditions, they have hormone problems, and people just think it's they're lazy or they're not working hard enough. And there's other people that are eating crappy, that are not gaining weight as quickly as some other people are, or they're insulin resistant. So, you know, to hear her story really made me feel a certain type of way towards her. I really want her to overcome her weaknesses and do better. But still, that dance was still lacking a lot for me. But she did get in a total of 22 from the judges with 1 8 and 2 7s. So not bad for Sasha. And she was definitely giving me ballroom. What? Elena, they should bring, how many people think Elena should come on the show, like, as a guest judge for a little bit? I think so, because if she's helped, you know, Jana and Sasha, and she gives really good input, because that sexy face was definitely coming through. It was definitely coming through. Next, we had Nick Lachey and Peta. Now, the night prior, they got some tough criticism for their ballroom. And, yeah, Nick wasn't too happy. And the second night, for Latin night, they danced to She's a Lady. And I love 98 Degrees, but I think if they eliminated him, I'd be okay with it at this point. Which goes to show that we're not up for, like, bad dancing, like, because a lot of people are 98 Degrees fans, and we're just really frustrated at this point, because he has the potential, but he's just so stiff. Like, he can't move it. Like, he doesn't. It's just really frustrating. He just walks through the dance. He's just gotta glide through it. So judges gave him a 19, which put him at the bottom with Terrell. No, it put him at the bottom with Debbie. So yes, judges' score put him at the bottom of the leaderboard along with Debbie. Next, we had Jordan and Lindsey Arnold. Oh my God, they're on my fantasy league. You know they had to be on my fantasy league because they're amazing. Do not underestimate these two. I really want somebody, like I said it in my last video, I really want somebody that hasn't won to win this. And definitely think it's Lindsey's time. I definitely think that Lindsey should take this home. I love this pairing with her and Jordan. Their chemistry, that trust, and the work ethic. I just think these two are such a great pairing, and they did not disappoint. They did a samba, guys. Samba is such a hard dance to learn, and to be doing it to your second week when you have to memorize 2 dances. I'm not gonna say it was perfect, because it wasn't, and there's little glitches that I noticed throughout the dance that were kind of frustrating, because he is so good. You're expecting that, but I think they should have definitely gotten a 9. I was really upset that they didn't, and that was such a fresh take on such a great song. I love Mi Gente. And I really enjoyed it. I love this performance with these two. They got a total score of 24 from the judges for Samba night. And the night before, for their ballroom dance, they also did a really good job. I love these two. Next was then we have Drew Scott and Emma Slater. No comments. He is getting better. He is making better improvements. So Good job for Drew for that. Emma, keep tanning him. Definitely needs it. They got a total score of 21 from the judges, which wasn't too bad. And Len called his dance impressive and said it was probably one of the best dances of the season. I thought both dances were definitely showed improvement. They're getting better. But overall, they got a 21 for the judges for Latin night. After, we had Debbie and Alan. Their ballroom dance the night before was enjoyable. Their dance for their Argentine tango, I thought was so good. Vanessa Lachey and Max. Oh my god, her dance the night before was so impressively good. Like, she did such a good job. Lachey the night before did a foxtrot that was, oh my gosh, she was serving us all kinds of looks. It was amazing. And then the next night they did a salsa that I was like, whoa, where did this come from? It was so good. I think I rewatched it like 5 times. It was seriously that good. Like, and you can see that she's slowly winning over Max, because Max is just like so happy. I guess she's like one of those people that's really nervous, like Frankie during rehearsals, and then they just killed it performance night. Like, she needs to act it out because she was phenomenal. She was so good. She definitely, I don't think that she'll win the whole thing, but she'll definitely be in the top 3 for sure, I think. I don't know, it's kind of stuff. This competition, you can't really tell, but she's just consistently doing well each week, so that says a lot. Next is Terrell Owens and Cheryl Burke. Their dance the night before was it was very sexy. Oh my god, but I think it definitely helped him a lot to pull him out from the bottom. But yes, it was definitely crazy, very sexy dance. And then their samba I thought was pretty good. Like, it was decent. They got a score of 19, which, you know, finally helped to kind of like pull them out from the bottom. Then we had Lindsey and Mark Ballas. I really love these two. I love this pairing. They did a creative, super cool caterpillar dance the night before for ballroom dance. It was so cool. That's what I was talking about, the creativity. It was so cool to see the creativity of these two. They did it was a caterpillar quick step, and it was really good. It was talking about her transition from life, from being the ugly awkward duckling to the person that she is now, and I really loved it. And I thought they were so underscored. Like, I guess maybe again because they went first. And then they did their salsa, which was phenomenal to watch. They got a total score of 24 from the judges, which was really good. But I definitely thought there should have been some 9s because Homegirl definitely killed it. Next performance was Frankie Muniz and Whitney Carson, which were the last ones of the night. Oh my god, this guy pulled out swag like I could not believe. The night before they did a tango, which was pretty good, pretty decent, but they killed it with this Bruno Mars. He pulled out swag from the beginning to the end. You just could not take your eyes off of them. This performance was definitely wow for me. Yeah, definitely switch up the game. I'm telling you, I think Frankie, if he doesn't win it, he'll definitely be runner-up. He's got a story. He's dedicated. He shows like everything he's doing to stay there, and I think that's definitely going to win over fans. It came down to Nick and Peta. The first night, Barbara was eliminated, and the second night, it came down, I know, no surprise there. It came down to Nick and Peta versus Debbie and Alan, and unfortunately, Debbie and Alan went home. I was kind of surprised to see that that was the bottom 2 and Terrell was no longer in the bottom 2. So it really shows you it's anybody's game at this point and anybody can take it home. There is no ringers this season, which I am kind of loving that. Last year was nothing but athletes, and last season I mean. And this season is definitely more like you don't know who can take it. You know, it depends on who wants it the most, I think. And again, like I said, at the freestyle and who has a story. who I think right now, the top ones right off my head, it's gonna be Jordan and Lindsey for sure. They can definitely take this home. Vanessa and Max can definitely take this home. Lindsey and Mark can definitely take this all the way. And Frankie and Whitney at this point. It's those 5. It's definitely going to be somebody from one of those 5. And you never know, possibly, probably Victoria and Val. I can't even decide. Like, I still have not capped on my pick for the Fantasy League. Because at this point, even I'm not sure who it could be. Because they're all kind of leveled at this point. The fan base, I feel like, is kind of leveled. You know, they're all good, and they've all consistently been good, and it's really, I don't know, because any one of them can take it. I could say Frankie right now, and then something changes. So who do you guys think is going to take home? Do you guys agree with the ones that went home? Do you think Barbara and Debbie should have gone home? I was really sad to see them go home. I think they could have done really well this season, especially since it's Alan's first season. I wanted to see a little bit more of him, and we didn't get that, so it's really kind of sad to see them go. But overall, I thought it was very good 2 episodes. I'm really upset with the scoring a little bit. They were holding back those 9, and then they finally gave the 9 to Frankie and Whitney. I thought they were great, but they were definitely, Jordan and Lindsey were just as great, and Jordan and Lindsey were just as great, and Lindsey and Mark was just as great. So I thought that was a little unfair. Not necessarily saying he was overscored. I just think the other 2 should have had a 9 in there too as well. So, but you know, people get caught up in their feelings in the moment. So that's how they're gonna score. You can't really fix that. But yeah, great season overall. I'm excited. Can't wait. We have Jenna back as a troupe dancer. So we'll be seeing her back in the troupe, and I'm really upset that Sasha is a troupe dancer this season. I really would have liked to see him on the dance floor. I'm really missing him, and again, still missing Julianne and her fashion and kind of her input this season, but it is what it is. Hopefully, we'll see what's coming up this week. I'm really excited. Love the show. Any questions or comments, put them in the drop box. I'm loving the feedback that you guys gave me last video. Hopefully I've improved with the blurriness this video, with the sound as well. We're back to normal. So anyways, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week.